Hey everyone, it's Sean, and today we're going to be talking about a recent trip to West Virginia where a bunch of writers got together and shot each other repeatedly.
My leg!
For educational purposes. Hey everyone, before we jump into this video, we appreciate your support. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and in exchange, we'll provide you with a cringy gun meme. This event was sponsored by Securit, who pointed out another gap in our firearms use, training with SAFES. The journey featured excellent instruction, improved products, lessons learned, and some pain. So strap in, I'm going to break it all down. Securit invited us out to the Summit Point training facility in the eastern panhandle of West Virginia. The sprawling terrain has a rich history and was once part of properties owned by George Washington. Now, it serves as an enormous educational site for agencies like the Department of State, Border Patrol, CIA, and others. A group of writers soon met up on site where we were introduced to the folks from Pew Tactical Solutions. These top-notch instructors conducted our firearms training over the course of 2 days and taught us some valuable lessons. We soon began shooting on a flat range, practicing various skills we'd be using during the training. Shooting from cover, shooting while moving, shooting moving targets, and working angles of attack were all addressed. This was important because the following day was going to be tense. The curriculum indicated we'd move into the shoot house and use simunitions against our fellow students. If you aren't familiar, simunitions are realistic feeling firearms that shoot a high-speed pellet with a paint marker inside. They can be painful when they hit, though they don't usually cause any lasting damage.
I'm hit! I'm running! I don't like it!
Day 2 arrived with much anticipation. We moved to an enormous indoor shoot house with a catwalk and began with basic movement. We learned how to clear structures, addressing doors, corners, doorways, and other tactics. In addition, we noticed various Securit products strategically placed throughout the rooms. Eventually, students were paired, suited up with protective equipment, then staged for conflict. The instructors of Pew Tactical Solutions encouraged us not to go hunting the bad guy, but to set up an advantageous defensive position and give them hell when the opportunity arose. The general scenario was one of good guy versus bad guy. The good guy was staged in their starting room and would receive stimulus that an intruder had broken into their abode. Their objective was to reach a Securit storage device in the room, open it, retrieve a weapon from inside, and prepare to defend themselves. Bad guys were given somewhat looser objectives like engage the good guy. Good guys were never exactly sure when they would actually see the intruder, so the tension built with each scenario. In my first encounter, I didn't want to hide in a closet and wait to be engaged, so I retrieved my gun from a Fastbox 360 and rushed to a door jamb on a corner, facing a hallway. Here, I could see the suspect coming and ultimately had an exit door behind me if I needed to bail. I used the corner to minimize myself as a target while still giving me good field of view down the hall. When the suspect popped out around a corner down the hall, I engaged. In the next scenario, I started out in a cube farm in the middle of a large room. On cue, I retrieved my gun from a Fastbox 20 and placed cubicles between me and a door my assailant would have to come through. Neither of us could see each other and had no idea what the other was doing. The bad guy in my scenario represented a real threat. As a fellow student, he had displayed some impressive shooting skills the day before, so I knew I had to act fast. I zigzagged a couple times, then finally cut back and pressed the advantage around a corner. My attacker was partially turned away from me when I rounded the corner, and I lit him up.
Ceasefire! I'm not just going to stand here and let him keep shooting. Hey, both of you, good job trying to work the angles. You were essentially chasing each other around for a second there, but you were both very observant of the angles that you had to deal with, so that was awesome.
It was at this point the instructors began turning the lights off to up the complexity. This also highlighted some key features in Securit's Agile 52. My last scenario began with the lights out, so I rushed to my safe and began entering the code in the dark. It was tough to see, but Securit recently upgraded the Agile 52 to include a lit keypad. The door swung open and a light inside the safe activated. I grabbed my pistol and rushed to the door jamb, my only real defensible position. However, I didn't shut the safe door, and the remaining light backlit me somewhat for my assailants. That's right, I said assailants. And they rushed me too. Both of them came running full tilt into the room, guns blazing like Danny DeVito. My blood was up, and I was intent on making them pay for their advance, but my sim gun jammed. By the time I ran through a couple hasty, immediate action drills, they were upon me and the scenario ended. Hey everyone, one more time, we want to remind you that we appreciate your support. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate that Securit promotes training with their products. They even have a series of videos on YouTube called Beyond the Gun that go into depth on this subject. The safes we used in our somewhat stressful education worked well and reflect Securit's acceptance of feedback from their customer base. For example, the Agile 52's new keypad lights up and has bigger keypad buttons now, making access easier for stressed out gun owners trying to get to their firearms in an emergency. In addition, they've added a biometric access feature that they point out is strictly for convenience or when you need to open the safe in front of people but don't want to show your code. For high-stakes access, Securit advises relying on your code. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.